Anti-government protesters gathered at the Constitution Monument on Thursday, June 24th, from Ratsadorn Group, Bad Students Group, Thai People Group, to red shirt protesters demanding the Prime Minister to quit. At 5:30 a.m., Bad Students arranged a candlelit ceremony to commemorate the Revolution Day happened 9 decades ago. Anon Nampa, Promson Virathamajari, Pinada Siri Masakul, who are now living on bail, participated. The activity ended up with burning Constitution Mock, which they claim is just a pile of paper. Many who promised the court not to commit the same offenses and not to join the political movement. For example, Jatupatbun Patararaksa, Panupong Chatnok took part in the demonstration, preparing to march to the Parliament for Charter Change petition. Meanwhile, police set up barricades on the road heading to the House of Parliament. As a result, the protesters changed the route to go there. The Parliament Thursday was scrutinizing the constitutional amendment bills, which were mainly about the change in the electoral process, seeking to draft the whole charter and the power of representatives to use their power to influence on the national budgeting. However, just only the electoral process introduced by the Democratic Party could be accepted by the session. At noon, 100 motor cabs had usurped the area around the parliament before key leaders Parith Shirarak, Panasya Sithijirawattanakul, Jatupatbun Patararaksa, who could be revoked the bail, and opposition MPs welcomed the demonstrators and proposed a letter demanding for constitutional change, the resignation of the premier, and the monarchy reform to the opposition whip leader Sutin Klangsang and Sirajan Jaka, government MP. The situation went violent when the protesters approached Sirajan Jaka as they threw bottles onto the stage and spat with profanity. Later, protesters outside Parliament were joining a curse rite designed for those who they claim are preventing the nation from moving forward and achieving true democracy. At 3 p.m., Thai People Group led by Nithithorn Lamlua gathered at Urapong intersection calling Prime Minister to step down. Simultaneously, Thai Mai Ton, led by Red Shirt leader Jatupon Prompan, deployed the mobile rostrum to seize the area on the Panfa Bridge, preparing to march to the government house. They also demanded the premier to step down. The group attacked the government on Prayut's power extension after the coup and his failure to administer the country. These groups in the evening announced to dismiss the demonstrations as the leaders feared the intervention of a third party. They still insisted to form protests against the government on Saturday. In the evening, Ratsadorn Group moved to a third site to continue their demonstrations in downtown Bangkok. The police rushed onto the skywalk to warn the deaf ears that they are violating COVID norms and blocking people to travel in the rush hours, but protesters refused to do so, and they intended to follow their own protocols and asked the police to leave. At 6 p.m., they played the revolution song instead of the national anthem. Apparently, no one could sing. Resolutions representatives including Parit Wachirasin and Piyabutra Sankanokul joined the protest to enroll people who want the charter amendment, with the milestone of 50,000 reduced from 1 million intended months ago. Piyabutra claimed that over 70,000 people have enlisted so far. The protesters had read out the announcement that was made by the People's Party Khana Ratsadorn during the 1932 revolution, said by many that it was the start of wild corruption among politicians before they went home. The current constitution, however, had been endorsed by 16 million people in the referendum in 2017. The question is, how will they do with those support the law as we can now see they are fighting among themselves and the corruption in their fundraising. I'm Edison Yanchuan, The Fresh Stories.